Hi there fans, viewers and subscribers. You're joining me, Ruku, again for one of my beer reviews. And this is another very special beer review because this beer that we see before us was actually recommended by one of my subscribers. So yep, you know who you are. So here we go then. This is pabst Blue Ribbon from America, or the USA for the abbreviation. Comes in at 4.6, and again with the funny meals that you guys have in America, there's a 355. Not a 330, a 355. Always makes me laugh. Yeah, it's always good to have different measurements, I guess. You get more for your money. Okay, so, oh shit. Yep, just need to do that, destroy the bottle. Where did I see it? I was just looking at something. There you go. What makes me really intrigued by this is it says it was established in Milwaukee in 1844. So I'm looking extremely forward to this beer because it's got, by the sounds of it, a massive old traditional style brewing. There's the cap for any cap enthusiasts, which resembles the logo there on the bottle. Now this is what grabs me the most, and I've got to score it an extra point for this. Upon opening this, look what I got inside the cap, an ace of clubs. I don't know if that's something they have in America for this beer especially, where this is constantly inside it, or if you get different ones, or if this is just a one-off, I don't know, but hell, I like that, it's a nice touch. As always, it's a screw-on, because we're American, and that's what the Americans do. I love it, saves having to have a bottle opener everywhere you go, just crack open a beer, off you go. So yeah, it's 4.6%. Yeah, extremely cold beer. This had it in the fridge for quite a while. Okay, so carbonation looks quite slow, gentle. As you can see, it just streaming up there. The head itself is quite small and white. I'd say it's like a nice golden light straw colour then, with a thin head. So, without further ado, I'm going to delve straight in, give it a good old sniff, and we'll get on with the tasting. Smells of corn smells with a little bit of yeast and slight hop as well. Very dominant in the actual corn smell, I must add. And that yeasty as well, that comes in quite after, you know, straight after. A little bit musky smell, I'm not too sure what that is. It smells like earthy, almost like a peat smell, as in like peat, as in the earth, you know. But yeah, it looks quite good to me, so here we go. Cheers. Okay. Interesting. For those that you didn't hear that, that was 2 burps. As I always say, if I burp, it's a sign of a good beer. Straight away, Pilsner comes to mind. Don't know if it actually is a Pilsner, but it tastes very much like a Pilsner in the way it behaves. It does actually say, but yeah, I'm going to go with that. Very, very watery texture. First, straight away. There you go. If I burp, it's a sign of a good beer. 3 burps now. Can we make it to a 4th? Who knows? So, very pilsnery, very, very watery in the body of the beer. Very sort of medium to light bodied. The carbonation in this is, you can very rarely taste the carbonation, but then when you drink it, you don't get the carbonation, but then you get like a little bit of a carbonation on the end, I'd say. So when you've got it in the palate and it's sitting there, and just before you swallow, etc., you get the carbonation of the bubbles on the mouth, and it stays with you before you swallow. So that's kind of a nice touch. Gives you a little something there beforehand. Flavour, not a great deal of flavour in this. I must add, not a great deal of flavour. Tastes of just water and a little bit of corn. There is a slight sweetness about that as well, and you get a little bit of, well, I'd say mostly sweet, and then the after finish is like a dry carbonation taste. I don't know what that is exactly, but that's what I'm getting. That's my impression of it. You get the head that's quite gentle. So the head is very gentle, works its way all the way through. On the after finish, that's what I'm tasting. That sort of foamy. That's what I'm trying to say. That foamy head taste on the palate, and then it comes in with the dryness. Not too dry. It's very light dryness, so it's very barely noticeable. But yeah, not much in the way of flavour department. Flavour's mostly dominated by like a watery corn taste. It's 5 times now. 5 burps, so it's a sign of a good beer. Yeah, other than that, it's very refreshing as well. Very easy to drink. I mean, I could quite happily neck this and just carry on with my day, to be fair. I like this. It's one of my chill out beers. I must just add as well, that's the lacing around. So not too bad on the lacing. Not too bad at all. I must just add, if you like Carlsberg, this is the beer for you, because it's very similar in the texture. Just this has got, I think, a little bit more flavour than Carlsberg. Yeah, very chilled out beer, this. I'm glad this was actually recommended, actually. Again, you get a bit more of a flavour the bigger swig you take. Comes in with a bit more sweetness, more watery, but you get a stronger finish on it. I don't know quite how that works, but yeah, very nice indeed. I do know as well, there's been a little bit of controversy, I can't even say the word, controversy about this being from a microbrewery. I don't know if that's true. Some people like this and they rave about it. Some people absolutely hate it and say, do not touch this, this is a shit beer. But actually, I think it's not bad. It's between Budweiser and Coors, sort of on those pages. So light, refreshing, easy to drink. Not a great deal of flavour, but to be fair, I don't really think that matters in a beer like this, because it is just one of those kick-back, relax beers. You know, if you're watching the soccer, watch the soccer or the NFL, I'd probably say this is a nice beer to have if you just don't want too many drinks, or you don't want to go too heavy or get too pissed. That's fine. Drink one of these. I can't fault it, actually. It's quite a nice beer, as you can see. I'm certainly enjoying it. Yeah, so there you go. Time for the scoring. What would I give it? I'm going to give this, I want to give it a 7.5, because I think it's a bit more laid back, and there's some nice things about this beer, such as it is quite refreshing. The watery taste is first quenching. What lets it down is the flavour, but obviously I've got to mark it for a point just for having that, the ace of clubs. Love it. So on that note, I leave you with the beer that is Pabst Blue Ribbon from America.